Summer-like weather out here in the St. Louis area. That trend is expected to continue throughout the rest of the week. It is Wednesday, October 7th, and this is your tropical update. Dominant in the Gulf, we find Hurricane Delta, which is a Category 2, so a little bit weaker, which is going to be a slight benefit to the Gulf Coast. However, don't let your guard down yet. So now we find a track a little bit farther to the west, almost as far left as Cameron. And there's the storm down there. It's not a huge storm, so that means that a few miles can make a big difference as far as exactly where this storm goes. Hurricane watches and tropical storm watches are up for parts of the Gulf Coast already. And right there, Friday morning, the storm has 120 mile per hour winds, and that's about what the storm slams into the coast with. We do expect a Category 3 landfall, and if it really strengthens over the Gulf over the next couple of days, maybe even Category 4. Severe impacts inland as well. There it is inland over Louisiana, still with 80 mile per hour winds, and then by 7 a.m. on Saturday, the storm is down to a minimum tropical storm. Anywhere you see that pink, that's hurricane watches. Anywhere you see the yellow, that's tropical storm watches. So let's take a look now at the earliest reasonable arrival time for the tropical storm force winds. Now the thinking is for much of the Gulf Coast, Thursday 8 p.m. is the deadline to have your preparations done. Evacuate if you need to. Most likely, things start to go downhill a lot around sunrise on Friday. Delta has the potential to be a Category 3, maybe even a Category 4 at landfall. So if you live anywhere between Cameron, Louisiana and Intracoastal City, make sure that you know exactly where you might go by tonight or tomorrow morning. Do not be sitting there tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with the storm rapidly approaching the area trying to figure out where you might go to. That is not the way to go with the storm. As far as the peak storm surge, this is the rise in sea level above normally dry ground. A lot of 7 to 11 feet is what's expected, especially to the east of where the center is expected to go. So, final thing I want to talk about here, let's take a look at the rainfall potential. We're starting to see now it's offshore, but still 10 to 15 inches showing up on the map here. So the storm is moving very quickly, which should limit some of the heavier rainfall totals, but still we're starting to see some heavier amounts on this map predicted from the storm. And that is it for the Atlantic, nothing else going on. So let's turn it over to the Eastern Pacific, where we find Tropical Storm Norbert, which is barely hanging on and honestly does not look impressive at all on satellite. That disturbance over to its west looks more impressive, and it's not even developed yet. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the track for Tropical Storm Norbert. It just kind of basically moves towards the northwest parallel to the coast of Mexico and should dissipate out rather quickly. I don't expect it to go as long as the National Hurricane Center is expecting it to. Then there's that other disturbance, of course, which we gotta look at. Has a medium chance development moving towards the west-northwest over the next several days. Nothing going on in the Central Pacific, so that concludes your tropical update. Don't forget to like the video on your way out, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter and Parler, get you a t-shirt, coffee mug, hoodie, or any of my other merchandise. Link for all of that is down in the description of this video.